game.
You
Now-
don't see Hellborn well?
Yeah. That being said, if they get the jump on a Forsaken Archer, get Sulfuras ultimate on a Forsaken Archer, and bring her down to like 40-30% HP, Forsaken Archer is basically out of the fight at that point, because she cannot really re-engage in any meaningful way, or she's just going to die. Even if you swap her out and, like, you know, apply Iker buffs to her.
Yeah.
So it's very important for the Hellborn side to dictate the team fights, to take the initiative and to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Legion sides, I would say, like, lacks initiation tools, especially before the before the Lodestone gets his PK. And is this going to be a tri-lane? No, right? No, this is going to be a dual lane Andro, Forsaken Archer, middle Iker plus Bubbles in the top lane. I've seen them run a lane like this before. And
this is exactly like last game. They do a trail lane, they have a trail in the trail lane, they have like a melee, and they're just gonna put a like a double mid. And right now, who is gonna be forced to to play to go on another lane? It's gonna be Magnus, right?
well, to be fair, right? This is a lot like better because instead of the Corrupted Disciple, they had something like a Bensington here. So now you can lane Magnus and Corrupted Disciple like easily, and they can do a lot of work.
It's slightly better.
Yeah, but the Managed Shaman against this Sulfuras
can go either top or mid, but it's
okay,
probably they want. I think they want him mid though.
Yeah, but if you rotate the Managed Shaman to the mid lane here, how well do you think the Managed Shaman plus Sulfuras is gonna do against Forsaken Archer plus Andro? Especially because there's no shield on Sulfuras.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
So, yeah, he.
Oh, I think it. Did they expect like a Lodestone mid? I think.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on in their head. Like, I lost any fate I had yesterday, and that's a stun from the Andro on the Sulfuras. Sulfuras is taking a lot of damage here. And,
what does Andro?
yeah, Andro takes a little bit of damage. Oh, actually, Andro gets Q'd here by the Demanded Shaman. The Demanded Shaman Q, of course, has very high range, and there's no mana right now on the Andro. Although he may get something in Courier here. Meanwhile, in the top lane, I feel sorry for Vulca. I'll admit. Because this is not a fun lane to lane against. Iker plus Bubbles is just...
he is gonna get...
He's gonna get a little bit of XP. But... like, they just use like Iker Q on you, and it deals so much damage for so little mana.
Yeah.
And they don't really take anything in return. Would you still buy a shield on Sulfuras here, a buckler?
I mean, you definitely need it, right?
Yeah, because I would say so, because you're just taking so much rest damage otherwise.
Yeah.
And normally, like, the strength of Sulfuras is that you can heal up a lot of the rest damage you take with W, but... if you don't really reduce the damage that you take at all, you're still gonna suffer quite a bit. Andro and Iker both going for the runes, and I'll look at this rotation from the Iker. Iker is actually setting up for middle, but Andro is not actually in position yet. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. Andro is not there yet, because the Iker has been smoked up, actually, with the rune here. I don't know if Vulca is aware that the Iker isn't here. He may be. But this means that the Sulfuras is in a bit of trouble now. Sulfuras gets stunned by the Forsaken Archer, and the Iker slow is applied. The Sulfuras goes down to the auto attacks, and now Demanded Shaman is in a lot of trouble. Demanded Shaman does not have cape, and Demanded Shaman goes down. Forsaken Archer showing the power of that hero with that 800 range on that crippling volley. A very good initiation. And then the Iker does not have to be in any kind of like danger. Because, I mean, it's an Iker, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna go for an Iker. They're not insane. And yeah, that means that's the first blood for... oh, and actually the Shaman in the mid lane is once again in danger. Forsaken Archer goes also quite low. That is a Lunateer was up on Forsaken Archer, but that doesn't really mean. Also, the Sulfuras does not have level 3 Q yet, or level 2 Q. But he might still be able to run down the Andromeda. Yes, he is. And that means that actually that's a double tap for the Sulfuras. That is huge for them. Forsaken Archer choosing to go for the Melfred before Boots is a little bit on the greedy side, I will say.
Yeah, I don't think he should have done that. I think Steam Boots is kind of priority.
Yeah, honestly, just some stats. I like the Soul Screaming Ring. But beyond that, what do you really need? And we see Magnus actually rotating with a smoke into the mid lane. This might be that for Forsaken Archer if he's not being careful. The Andro's not ready to save him. No, the Andro's not there. That is a stun from Magnus and a Demanded Shaman Q on top. There's a Lords of Forest Q, and that means that that is a dead Forsaken Archer. The Iker not ready with the TP fast enough to save himself there. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see like this is the big difference in our draft. Corrupted Disciple is doing more than fine against that Lodestone. Corrupted Disciple is not gonna get bullied out of the lane with Lodestone. At least not really.
So what I wanted to point out, the first gank it worked. It shouldn't have worked because Bubbles was showing he wasn't synced to Icor. So
it's something that I talked about before. What you mean is like that the sync, it shows like if the enemy is moving away, the link starts like counting down, and you can see that's a debuff. And they actually run into the Iker here. The Iker is gonna take a little bit of damage, but doesn't really mean. Bubbles also here with the rotation. Bubbles has the ultimate up. They don't really want to use it on the Demanded Shaman. Yeah, they're saving the Bubbles ultimate. I felt like that was a little bit greedy, right? Meanwhile, Force running into the Iker and Bubbles, and they want to prevent these stacks from being taken. And Iker takes the rune, the bottle from the Force here. The Force actually going dangerously low. So Force goes down there to the Iker and the Bubbles. Oh, that is not what you want to see.
Not at all.
That's a hasted Saforus that just goes down to the auto attacks from Bubbles, and again, Iker denies himself to creeps. I think he dies there because he doesn't have a buckler.
Yep.
The auto attacks just hurt so much more.
I fully agree with you.
Like, not even a wind whistle would have saved him because he was hasted already.
Yeah, I think he should have had the protected talisman until now.
Yeah, because like there's so much damage coming from auto attacks. From Andro and even Iker as well. And it's an Invis Kraken actually here, but Kraken does not yet have that level 6 yet, so it is a bit hard to hit your abilities to really lock down Forsaken Archer, unless Forsaken Archer like very greedily walks up. I think Bubbles picked up on the fact that the top lane is not showing right now. They had a ward there. Oh no, sorry, no, that's the ward from Useless Geek. Sorry, no, they did not see that actually. They have a ward, a ref ward in their jungle right now. Magnus also rotating over. Magnus not really getting any levels or farm either. So they're gonna run into this ref ward here. Andro walks into the Demanded Shaman here. Kraken now on top. That is the Lodestone with the ultimate. And it's like 3 people there. Lots of forces going so low. Demanded Shaman is low. Bubbles goes in. Bubbles finishes on 2 people with that huge shell serve and the ultimate. Forsaken Archer not actually able to continue this team fight here because he has no mana. But the Lodestone maybe is looking to go for more. Eston is here to maybe provide a little bit of team support. He wants those stacks actually. Those stacks look way too juicy, but I think if the Lodestone just walks up there and W's them now.
Yeah.
Okay, they do actually finish one side of the stacks because they just don't want to give this to Forsaken Archer because... Oh, that's actually Forsaken Archer dies by the Magnus stun and the Kraken ultimate. Actually, that's a huge turn. I think Forsaken Archer was a little bit too overconfident there. I think he... No, he did not go back to base yet. He didn't have mana there. So I just want to farm the lane a little bit. And yeah, that's a good rotation from Volca, I guess. Or from Magnus.
Yeah, that's a pretty good rotation.
Like
Delaying the Forsaken.
Yeah, so the Legion side has really been denying these stacks for Saforus, right? Because you see Saforus here. They have this ward that I think... Oh, this ward actually doesn't block it. But it does give vision of them doing these stacks. And they've been trying to like deny it for the longest time. Bubbles actually goes in with the shell serve and the Q, and that's actually very greedy. Lords of Force not level 7 yet though, so that means that he's actually not really able to do much, and he's taking so much damage from the stacks because he doesn't have a buckler again. right?
Yep.
Even for farming these stacks, it's kind of awkward for him. Meanwhile, Forsaken Archer in this own jungle uses his ultimate to clean up the triple stacked hard camp there. They're completely ignoring the Corrupted Disciple, which I think is correct. I don't really think you can deal with him properly. Lodestone thinking about maybe going in, but the Andromeda without boots not really able to provide too much support there. And Forsaken Archer just goes back to the middle lane. So yeah, that is not really what you want to see, right? This Swords of Force should be higher level by now, no?
Yeah, but he died 2 times, which
Yeah,
didn't help him at all.
Especially if you look at the XPM, it is notable that the Force is this low, right? I guess maybe a lot of good denies coming out from the Legion side as well. To see if I am talking completely full of shit or not. Yeah, the
No,
13
I think,
denies by Forsaken Archer.
No, I think he just died because he didn't have a shield and he lost a lot of XP. So that's like 1 level, to be honest.
Maybe he was forced out of the lane a couple of times. That's possible as well.
Yeah, that too. Hence not
Anyway.
having a shield. You have to go base, regen.
Yeah, and the bottle just isn't enough. And I will also say that the Legion side has been on point with these room control.
Yep.
And Kraken once again playing aggressive. They don't want to let this Forsaken Archer farm. That's a Kraken Q on the Andromeda. Andromeda without boots. Kraken ultimate. Don't know if that was strictly necessary, but it does actually secure the kill. The Iker is in the neighborhood. And Corrupted Disciple with an Invis rune using the ultimate there. No, I love it. But Forsaken Archer for the top, and Forsaken Archer is going to...
Is he gonna go for a gank on Sulfuris?
They don't know he's here, I think. But I figured he saw, okay, 3 people in my jungle. Yeah, there are no creeps to farm there from me. Which means that I am not going there. Which is definitely the correct choice. We see him also have 2 soul screaming rings. And I think... Do you think they can kill him in the top lane? Because they're definitely setting up, right? Oh, that's an ultimate. That's an ultimate for Bubbles and an ultimate for the Forsaken Archer, but the Q did not connect, which means the Force is likely going to survive here. The Force surviving with 70 HP. Oh, that is unfortunate. Meanwhile, we see the Iker in the bottom lane. He was a little bit too far up and actually got ganked by the 3-man gank there. I want to say another word, but I did not. I actually wait. Is Eston going to be able? Yeah, okay. It's Iker port again. So Eston on the Corrupted Disciple is actually able to
carry this game.
Yeah. To port out there. And he is doing fine for now. He has the Vitalizer and
I'd say he has the right hero.
Sorry, what?
It has the right hero against the Forsaken.
Oh yeah, Corrupted Disciple, you mean?
Yeah.
And the Forsaken Archer is also not snowballing as much as he would otherwise have been. And one thing that the Hellborn side is doing very well is applying pressure. And actually, they're running into the Andromeda here. Andromeda instantly goes down. And I think... Okay, so the Andromeda is really suffering this game. At only 110 GPM. And he doesn't even have boots yet. And the lack of boots is honestly killing him quite a bit.
Yeah, I think he's been trying to counter ward too much.
Yeah, but also this is where you have to come together as a team and just say, okay, Andro, you stop warding for now. Either Bubbles or Lodestone or Iker take over. Even Forsaken Archer can buy the wards for like a little bit. Until the Andro gets boots. And then they can take over again. But at this moment, he's just like dying because of not having boots.
Yeah, I think she was super unlucky. As soon as she got some gold, I think she died. They got the gold from top tower when they took it.
No, she bought 2 wards with the gold from top tower.
Oh, unlucky.
But because it's they've been playing so aggressive on the Hellborn side that they need to get that vision up, but it just kind of can't. And oh, that's a loadsome PK actually. I think he just picked it up. But Magma spotted the PK. So that's good for them. Meanwhile, there's a triple stack here. And Andromeda again. And no, he's not gonna die to creeps there. But look, that's 2 triple stacks. That's the Hellborn is denying once again. Oh, they're playing this so well. Lodestone and Icor, meanwhile, in the bottom lane. Icor notably also does not have boots yet. Oh, and they're jumping for second Archer. The Kraken is maybe going down. No, he's surviving. The Cape is saving him there. The Bubbles ultimate is likely going to finish him off. But I think they take that any time of the day, right?
Yeah.
And oh, they haven't even finished the triple stack yet. If I were Magmas, I would ultimate here.
No, you don't need it.
Yeah, but I would ultimate here.
And I think with that kill on Kraken, they delayed his PK for like 1 minute.
Yeah, but Kraken... Oh, nah. Yeah, he needs like another little bit of gold here. Iker now running for his life. Andromeda is gonna maybe save him. No, his jump is on cooldown. And that's a Lodestone. Lodestone ultimate does not connect on the Corrupted Disciple. And that's a very good stun from the Magmas. Which means that Lodestone without his armor is very, very squishy right now. Which means that he is going down. Corrupted Disciple played that perfectly there. He actually sidestepped stepped back a little bit, which meant that Lodestone really got an awkward angle with his stun, and the Magma's stun right on top is just a beautiful. Notably they swapped around the Magmas and the Demanded Shaman here, like player-wise. So we see what you got now playing the Magmas, and we see the Demanded Shaman being played by Useless Geek, and this feels a lot better, or it looks a lot better at least in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks better. Skill-based.
It seems like they know what they're supposed to do on these heroes.
And it looks better visually.
well, yeah, like I will say, like Useless Geek, I don't think he has the most amount of competitive experience. Meanwhile, like what you got, like I'm fairly certain he was still playing competitive when the dinosaurs were around, you know? So, besides the fact that he's old,
yeah.
he has a ton of experience, and it's very valuable, of course, but it also, like, he knows what he's supposed to do. And the roamer role is not that easy. And Kraken with an Invis rune running into this Iker. Iker now finishing the Dreamcatcher, but it doesn't matter because Iker is actually killable. Because he doesn't really have the most amount of armor at the moment yet. And Corrupted Disciple together with the Kraken are just able to do so much. And this also, it does feel like a hero more suited to Vulka with the Kraken, because Vulka is always good at setting stuff up.
Yeah.
Right?
He's patient.
Mage Bane is hard to do that.
Oh, are we gonna see an Andro dead again?
Andro does have boots now, so he might be able to survive if he keeps running. No, never mind. There is actually the Andromeda plus the Shaman plus the Magma's combination. Andromeda goes down, but meanwhile in the bottom lane, actually, oh wow, there's loads of ultimate being popped, and the Corrupted Disciple goes down. I did actually miss that.
Yeah, I missed it as well. I think maybe that's a misplay. Trying to go
I think
for
he just didn't
Andro.
expect it, honestly,
Yeah,
which makes sense. And Lodestone goes in on the Kraken. Kraken is now maybe trying to turn, but here comes the second Archer in the backline. That second Archer picked up that no Fireblade. Magma's in a lot of trouble. Magma's goes down to the combination there. The man Shaman might be able to teleport if she just tries to teleport right now. Kraken goes in for some reason. The Force comes here, but I think there are just too many players from the Hellborn side here. And Andromeda, there's lots of Force. This ported here also goes down. Oh, that's not what you should have just left him.
Oh my god, that's a mega throw.
Yeah, someone, I'm guessing, called for a turn. And they committed to the turn there, but Vulka, with like 2 hits or something, was completely out of mana. The Demanded Shaman was like completely out of HP. And yeah, I think this is the moment where the Forsaken Archer with that no Fireblade becomes scary, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we're gonna see like ooh, so she's gonna go for an Abyssal, looks like.
Is she not finishing the full like no Fireblade first?
She should have like at least level 2, right?
Oh, she got a couple of kills, I think, right?
Oh yeah, right. I didn't see the gold she gained from.
Yeah, she just went for the Ring of the Teacher, which honestly,
yeah,
Ring of the Teacher is just an insane item. So I absolutely love that. And oh, what did I just spot from my eye? Corner of my eye. I figured Sephorus, as Lodestone gets another pick off on the Maximus there. I figured Sephorus would be going for Sinners, but no. He bought an Ice Brand.
What?
Right? I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, that's an Ice Brand.
I thought he should be crazy. I guess he's crazy.
Well,
That's...
it's like the Sinners is insane here, right? Even just like getting a more mana pool so the second archer doesn't drain it instantly.
I mean, it's so good against Lodestone. Against...
Well, yeah, Lodestone still like removes all the armor, but just the lifesteal, the armor in general.
Also the Forsaken, because if you get stunned by Lodestone and if you have time to tablet him before the volley, it's so
there's not that much like lockdown from the help from Legion side, sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, that is they get a kill on the Lodestone though, so Lodestone goes down in the bottom lane. He was being a little bit too greedy, but we do see that the Conqueror goes down for the Legion side here. Forsaken Archer in a bit of trouble maybe. Forsaken Archer misses the stun from the stun gets missed on Forsaken Archer, I should say, and that's look at that ultimate. Forsaken Archer is doing so much work there, and oh my god, I don't know if he's gonna live here. The Force ultimate is 2 more seconds. Yeah, he does live. Forsaken Archer lives by the skin of his teeth, and that is the kind of the unreliability of that Kraken charge. You have to hit that, right?
Yeah. That's something that you don't want to see if you're Hellborn.
Yeah. And we see Corrupted Disciple and Bubbles. Maybe Bubbles might be a little bit of a bad spot here, although no, maybe they cannot turn this because here comes Andromeda. Andromeda has to swap up. He kind of wants to swap the Corrupted Disciple in, but is he going to be able to? Now, it's a good Magma stun, I would say. The Man Shaman is in a bit of an awkward spot, but they don't really seem to be able to capitalize on that. And here comes Lodestone. Lodestone is not really being spotted by the Hellborn side, I believe. Oh, they had a ward up on the side, so they do actually know Lodestone is there, and they see him, and they find him. Lodestone uses his stun. Lodestone might be in a bit of danger. Iker tries to come and help him, but the rest of the team is so far out. Lodestone takes a lot of damage. Forsaken Archer tries to Q in. Bubbles goes in and silences everyone in the middle of the team fight. Lords of Force does not have any more mana. That's the power of those no fire blades. Doing so much work. The Forsaken Archer did get ultimated by the Lords of Force, so he's taking a lot of damage, but just 2 or 3 hits and you're out of mana. It's so frustrating to play against it. And both Magnus and Sephorus suffer from that issue, right?
Basically, you stun in, Magnus starts to ulti. Not gonna work.
Yeah. So,
Patience.
oh, that is juicy, they thank you very much for stacking that for me. I will take that, good sir, because you guys have been farming my jungle for about 20 minutes now. So it's about time I get something from you in return. And yeah, that's definitely take that, of course. And they're also up 1 Conqueror, of course.
So this started so... It started balanced, then it went really good for Hellborn. But right now they are...
yeah, so it went really well for Hellborn when they kept playing aggressive. But the moments that like Legion side got them into a team fight, where they were like only 4 people and against 5 people, that's where like things started kind of going south.
Because I see Corrupted has only 1 death. And which happened when Magnus and Disham chased an Andromeda.
Yeah, and he was, well, to be fair, like, he was in the bottom lane pushing that out, and Lodestone got the ultimate up to get up to Forsaken Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just good. That's more like a good play by Forsaken Archer and Lodestone than a misplay from Corrupted Disciple, in my opinion.
No, that was a good play by Andromeda.
What? Oh yeah, baiting him. Actually, that's a 5-man smoke here. Conqueror is so low. That's a huge team fight. Forsaken Archer has shrunken now. Everyone, the Hellborn side is falling. Kraken is out of mana. And oh, that is a huge play by 4 people dead from the Hellborn side. The man Shaman has given up on life. He accepts his death, and the Conqueror goes down. That might be the final nail in the coffin, I think.
Oh god.
Conquer was so low. I don't think they had any vision. I don't think they knew. I think they just kind of guessed it, and it happened so quickly. Like the Sephorus, the Kraken, and the I think Corrupted were all inside of the health, the Protect Archer ultimate there.
Yeah, they both got ulted by Lodestone as well.
Yeah, Lodestone was like late with his ultimate, but it's just finished it basically.
Yeah.
And like if the Legion of the Hellborn side is just like in the team fight for like 5 seconds, they're completely out of mana. And a Kraken without mana is not that dangerous. Magma's actually cancelling his ultimate there. You wanted to set maybe something up with a Magma's ultimate, but they're not able to. The Legion side is like, yeah, we've taken enough. We're satisfied with this result. Let's chill for a bit, and yeah, that's definitely the correct choice.
Thank you for offerings.
Yeah. And that's 5-0 and a Conquer kill.
Yeah.
Now if they were already ahead before, and actually they're fighting here again. The Corrupted Disciple's not yet ready. Corrupted Disciple cancelled his port, so he's gonna have to walk. I don't think the Legion side is ready to commit here yet. And Bubbles once again goes for full Snark and has Red Boots into a Grimoire of Power.
So we suppose that Bubbles watched too much B-Pro games?
I think he watched too much B-Pro games, but is not a big fan of Shaman Tetris.
Oh, that's true.
Because that is of course the legendary Snark build. Red Boots, Shaman Tetris. But oh, look at this Iker. Iker is on a mission. Does he... where's he going? He smoked for another 15 seconds. They're right on top of each other.
He's just waiting there for the mid push.
They have vision there. They have vision in the hard camp.
He's in.
So... Oh, Bubbles actually cancels the Magma's ultimate. Is that... Yeah, that's cancelled, which means that it is on cooldown actually. Oh, that is actually huge for them. That's insane. Yeah, no Magma's ultimate, although they haven't really been able to use the Magma's ultimate to its fullest potential.
So what I've seen now is that Sephorus finished Sinners, but he still has a nice friend.
Yeah, he chose to finish the Sinners, but yeah, Ice Brand is like, okay, so I will say, Frostwolf Skull, amazing item.
Ice Brand, not so much.
But yeah, like Ice Brand is, in my opinion, has the same value as Toxic Law.
Yeah,
and
right.
Those two items have like slightly different valuations.
It's a
in terms of money.
It's a 20% movement speed, slow, and Toxic Close has 12%.
Yep.
So yeah.
And that's if you get to hit them. Actually, the Magma's goes in with a stun. Iker gets bursted down instantly, but Kraken is in the midst now. Kraken gets his ultimate off before he dies. Corrupted Disciple got Lodestone ultimate. Corrupted Disciple melts. Sephorus in the front line now, but Sephorus also gets sent to the afterlife within a mere seconds. And it's a buyback on the Kraken, but what is the Kraken gonna do here? The man Shaman, of course, is ready with everything. But yeah, okay, so Vulka... Oh. Okay, they misclicked the CC vote. Yeah, that was honestly like the fights with Conquer. Wait, did they CC yet?
Nope.
Lodestone, buddy.
Come back. The fight is not finished.
Haha, we baited them. Wait. Are they going to CC now?
Okay, now it's over.
Okay. Lesson learned. Never trust a French person. Right? No, I'm kidding, of course, guys. That was a well played from the Thai team, which is called Noah's Ark or something like that. And yeah, two very well played games. The second time, I think...